Gentleman of Style Show.
Welcome to the Gentleman of Style Show. I'm Baldwin.
And I'm Creech, and today we've got a guest. Man, this dude is very smooth.
Well, how smooth is it? He can't be that smooth,
He
man.
like-
Because we're smooth.
Like, he cognac smooth.
Cognac smooth.
Yeah, I've heard his voice. He got that velvet voice.
Man, I've been kind of on that Woodward Reserve, so I don't know. I mean, if he whiskey smooth, then that's something different.
Hey, it's all about your preference, right?
Well, let's find out. Why don't you bring him on?
Yeah, this brother's a singer. He's out there right now. He's got a single out there that's killing it, tearing up the charts. So we're going to bring out Mr. Denaron. Come on out, brother. You said bring him on out, so that's what we do. Hey, man, appreciate that, man. You still got the music. You gotta do a little something. Yeah. Have a sit down. Yeah.
What's your last name?
Babino.
Babino. See, that's what I was waiting for. I thought you was about to say his last name.
His stage name is what it is.
Yeah, but I like a
Well, I got to argue with you. We got guests.
Interaction there.
See, every time we have
But
guests.
that's why it's here. That's why it's here. Find
But
out something
anyway,
about.
well, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for stopping by. I know you got a busy schedule going on because you got the new music out and you're trying to get that popping. So, first of all, let's tell our guests or our audience, tell us where you're from.
Man, I'm from Houston.
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas, man. So that's where I was born and raised, north side of Houston, actually. So I love my city, you know what I'm saying? Home of the Beyoncés and the UGKs and, you know, Scarface, all that good stuff, man.
Where did Elon Musk move his corporate office? Is it in Houston?
Yes.
It is in Houston.
Yeah, it moved a big corporation
Yeah.
to Houston.
Yeah.
It's like right outside of it,
Yeah. Houston is like, you know, I don't think people talk about it enough.
They don't.
It's one of those cities or places to go to that has like, you know, multifaceted industries in it. And I haven't been there yet. You know, we've been to the Dallases and places like that. But Houston, man, I got to get down to Houston.
You got to come. I would recommend if you come, you know, don't stay too long because it'll make you want to stay.
Is that right?
Most of the people that I know and I hang around, most of my friends, they not even from there.
Really?
Because they came
That's
once
like
or
Atlanta.
twice. Yeah, they came once or twice and they stayed. So, you know, it's the third biggest city out of America. You know, most people don't really recognize that. And the population is crazy.
Well, the other thing about it too is like the real estate market down there, what you can get. I've seen like some like really nice properties down there. I mean, you can go down there and you could like come up and
the houses
look a certain way.
The houses are more cheaper out there, so I'm
and you can get land. You can get
dipping and dabbing into the real estate market myself.
Is that right?
Yeah, but
Say what?
I done purchased and sold land before as well.
See, this is something I didn't know.
Well, let's before we get in that,
I come to Houston, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, as a singer, right? So, were you that kid that walked around the house as a young kid? Were you singing all the time? Did you know, your folks had to take, boy, shut up? What was the childhood like for you coming through?
Yeah, man. After I was always singing inside the home. I was always singing inside the home. You know, in the shower, in the car with my mom and everything, and dad. So, but I was still shy publicly. You know, maybe around 10 through 13. But I finally got out of that scare zone, man, when I turned at the age of 12. And my mom and dad, they was always just hounding and pounding me, oh, you need to get out there and start singing in front of other people. You can't just keep on singing in front of us. So, you know, I ended up singing at a funeral reception, something like that, after somebody had passed away on my dad's side, and in Fort Worth. And I ended up singing Sadie, you know, the version of R. Kelly. Standing ovation and everything, you know what I'm saying, as a kid, then, you know, singing it. So, and I was just like, you know what, I guess I can do this. So I started getting more, you know, I started getting vouchers from other people outside of my mom and dad, because I'm thinking mom and dad, they just playing around with me, whatever. So, yeah, it started getting kind of crazy where, you know, females started calling the phone and stuff, requesting songs and stuff like that. You know, in school and stuff, so I started singing in school, getting in trouble, you know, for singing and stuff. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should kind of take this on a little bit more serious. So that's how it kind of started growing with me a little bit.
Have you ever had to talk about those women out there and what they, you know, what they'll do to you?
Man, oh yeah, it's
you
crazy.
had to talk.
I had to talk. I had to talk, man.
Who talked to you? Who told you?
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad told you?
Yeah, my dad told me.
Oh,
Good man. Good man.
Yeah, he
man.
told
Be
me.
careful out
You know,
there.
he had to tell me a few times.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You out there in the streets
He
acting
was
up?
hard headed. I was hard headed, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That singing is crazy.
That
man.
singing is crazy. They go crazy when they hear you.
Yeah, man. But I know how to control myself.
Yeah.
And I also try to teach others to control themselves because it's going to happen regardless when you're singing. It's going to happen if you're a great singer. But, you know, it's going to come, but you just have to know how to react to it. You know, I was always taught 90% of is how you react to something. 10% of it is just the life.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this: in terms of, we know you're a singer, songwriting. How did you where did you start in terms of figuring out how to write a song?
Yeah, so at around the age of 16, 17, I started writing music. I started writing my lyrics without music because I didn't have the experience of knowing how to record and what to do. So I said, let me just start somewhere. And as a kid, I just started in my own room of just writing lyrics. My first song was pretty much Let Me Know, just writing about a girl, just let me know how do you feel, let me know what you want to do and what should I do with you. So that was my first song, and I started writing songs after that and so forth and so forth. But, you know, after a while, I got to go record these songs with music, so it was more tougher to put the music behind the lyrics. So, you know, after that experience, I just started figuring out, let me just give a great production team or producers and stuff like that to write to those records, you know, and feel the mood of if I want an up-tempo record, if I want a slower record or something like that. I mainly have the subject line already inside my brain, but, you know, it was just more about what kind of sound I wanted the people to hear as well for me. You know what I mean? So that's what the learning process of it was for me, the reverse part of it, just learning how to write towards a beat instead of writing before it. It still can happen these days, but in my line of work, I think it's just more better that way. You know what I mean?
Question. You do all your own writing? There's no collaborative effort?
Yeah, my beginning stages, I was writing my own records. But now I have, like, opened my horizons, I guess you would say, and I have, like, different co-writers as well. So the record that I have that's out right now, titled Deserve It, it's a co-writer that I have on that record with me, and his name is Trey Ace.
Trey Ace.
He's from Atlanta as well.
He's from Atlanta. Okay.
Speak up to Trey Ace.
Okay.
Yeah, we linked up just off pretty much off the social media.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So he seen some of my work, I seen some of his work, and was like, let's collab, and we went from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about the like your beats and stuff like that? Who's doing? He's doing that too?
No, he's not doing that. I linked up with a guy by the name of Labbox. He's based out of Houston, but he has a great resume.
What's his name again?
Labbox.
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 Okay.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great producer based out of Houston, but he has a great resume from Rihanna to 50 Cent and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
that's nice.
if you listen to the song that I have titled Wild Out, it's featuring Young Dro from Atlanta. He did that one as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, man. So it's a learning experience. It's a great journey so far, though, man.
Let's go back to that first song you wrote, right?
Let me know.
Do you, now that you're more advanced now that you're older, you look back at that, was that a corny song, or do you still think it's a classic?
I think it's a classic.
Okay.
Last time I heard it, I almost shed a tear because of where I seen where I came from.
Right.
And I heard the sound, what I sounded like at the time, and what I was just thinking about. And, you know, just putting that pen to the paper, you can definitely tell the difference between then and now of what you would have said or how you would have said it compared to back then. And, you know, I almost shed a tear, just got emotional just from, you know, because I knew at my age back then, I know way more now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I still know most of the first verse of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ask artists that because writing when you first start out, a lot of times you have no true understanding of how things go, or, you know, how, you know, an ad lib should be here, or, you know, how a bridge should go and all that. You're just writing based upon, you know, either what you heard or what you think. And then when you look back at that, because I remember the first song that I wrote, the name of the song was called First Impression, and then I think about it, that was the corniest song I've ever heard in my life. But it taught me how to set up a song and how to deliver it.
Yeah.
So you learn something from it, but it's always, there are some people that are very gifted that when they do a song for the first time, it's a classic because they just have that gift of understanding how it's supposed to go, whether it's in the right format or not. Yeah, but the actual feel and the lyrics of the song is the piece.
Yeah, see, I feel as if I let you guys hear it, it's corny. Like I'll be in my corner and like, man, y'all don't want to hear it. I feel embarrassed.
Right.
But me personally, just listening to it, if I'm inside my car or something, or with my headphones, I'm like, wow, this is incredible to me. You know what I mean? I can't believe that I came this far. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it that kind of way to see. But I think to answer a little bit more of your question that you asked me, I think ad-libs is one of my great learning points where, that's what I had to learn was the ad-libs. Because I had the lyrics down right. I knew what I was going to go into the studio and sing, how to sing it. The harmonies, I already knew that. It was just the ad-libs part of it. Like, it's kind of like just freestyling and not just trying to wing stuff to fillers, you know what I mean, for your record. So that was one of the main parts I had to work on as an artist was ad-libs. I learned it, got better at it, critiqued it, everything like that. But yeah, I used to hate them at first, but now I love them. I see what's great about them.
Question. Let's dive into a little bit about your back office, the business part of it. Mm-hmm. Do you have a manager, or are you handling all your administrative needs, or how are you dealing with that?
Yes, I have a manager.
Mm-hmm.
She's I want to say a booking manager, a role manager. She's just a manager.
Okay.
She's a manager. She does it all.
Right.
And she's great at what she does with me. So and we're a team together. Some things she understands things that I do personally, and then I just send it off to her, and she take care of the rest, or she does it, and just get back with me and we just approve it and stuff like that.
She's in Houston.
Yeah. Her name is Tamara McDonald. She's based out of Houston as well. Yeah. So and we've been on this journey together for about a great 10 years almost.
Did you just say 10 years?
11 years.
We're almost 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's big.
Okay, that's big. Yeah.
And I say that because relationships, business or personal, that's big. You know what I mean? Like to have somebody, we kind of talked about this off camera, but to have somebody who believes in you, who will rock with you and who'll stay with you through the lean times to get to the better times. It's a really big deal.
I mean, that's cool, but have somebody you can trust.
Yes. Yeah. You got to have somebody you can trust.
You know how this business, is.
Works,
so you need that in your corner.
And I think during the time back then to even now, as we keep moving forward, the trust is still building. She sees, she knows, probably what I will like, what I won't like. Mm-hmm. Same thing for what I know what she'll like, what she won't like. Because she stick with me even when some of the things that I've said no to. She probably like, okay, I don't know why you don't want us to do this, but sometimes I don't want to do a show. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, or some things I do want to do. So we just kind of bear with each other as well. But it's great though, you know what I'm saying? And it's good that she, I thank the Lord that she trusts me. You know what I mean?
That's interesting you should say that. You said sometimes you don't want to do a show.
Yes.
What would be a reason you wouldn't want to do a show? What's happened to you? You're like, nah, I ain't going down there. I
guess the way that, just dealing with a certain promoter, the way how the show is set up.
Yeah. The
price of the show, the fee or something like that.
Yeah.
And location as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, location, it means a lot. The price means a lot. I'm not saying I haven't done anything for free because I have. I, still have to at certain times. But I think, it's just sometimes you just have to pick and choose what you have to do and what you shouldn't do as your brand, because you do have a brand that you have to, uphold and show. So, there's just certain things that I feel that Denaron don't have to do, or don't have to put itself into that position. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's less. Less is more sometimes, So, I just rather sometimes to not let people see me as well, and then when I pop out, then it's great to see you. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I have an important question to ask you.
I got an important answer.
I like that.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Is R. Kelly the king of R&B?
Can I sit up for you?
Hey, man.
Y'all got me on the camera? Y'all got me still?
This is your camera right here.
Your
camera right here.
R. Kelly is still the king of R&B.
That's 2 for 2, man. That's 2 for 2. That's 2 for 2.
You looking at me like you trying to convince me?
No, I ain't trying to convince you. I'm just saying, I've asked that question in the past, and 9 times out of 10, people are like, yeah, R. Kelly is the king of R&B.
The music.
Come
is
on
what,
now.
The music is what it
We talking about
The music is
we talking
there.
about the music.
It's
Yeah, we
what
talking about the
music is
music.
there.
Music is
Right.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go too deep. That's a fragile
I
conversation.
know. I know. That's why I was like,
But to answer, yes, I believe that he's still the king of R&B, and I also, just to put the icing on the cake, I feel as if Usher is the only one that can compare to him, alive. Now, I still think Mike is the best of all time.
Right.
But in R&B music, nobody messing with Mark.
Yeah, I think
That's it.
Usher is making moves to. He's got his position because I tell people, someone was talking about the Chris Brown and Usher doing the verses, and I said, I mean, I love Chris Breezy, don't get me wrong, but the one thing about Usher is Usher sold 10 million copies of Confessions. Ain't nobody else doing that.
And since we're on tape, and you can always use this in front of anybody else, if it's set up as a versus, versus means there's 20 versus 20.
Yep.
So in my eyes, or in my mind, my experience, Chris Brown has never had a classic record. He doesn't have a I Believe I Can Fly. He doesn't have a Nice and Slow. Those are classic records. These songs get played at resorts that you've never even heard of, right? So I would think Usher's strongest 20 records versus Chris Brown's strongest 20 records, Usher would win. Now, if you want to keep moving forward to go 30 and 40, Chris Brown is going to beat him that way.
And get stronger.
He's going to get stronger, because it'll kind of double down, it'll kind of dim down with Usher. But I think the light is bright with those 20 with Usher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my thought.
He can give you a good 6 off of Confessions alone.
Yeah.
and just walk out the door and be like, I'll be back. Let me know when you catch up. Like, you play your 20, I'm gonna play these 6. Let me know when you catch up.
Pretty much.
That's
Pretty much.
But
I think the other part of it is the showmanship, man.
Yeah.
The showmanship.
showmanship, I got.
And he's still doing exactly what Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Well, the dancing piece of it, like I ain't never seen a dude do what that dude do with his body to be that tall. Usher can dance, don't get me wrong, but I've seen Chris Brown.
Now performing, Chris Brown got it on.
Yeah, I've seen Chris Brown do something where, I mean, honestly, maybe I was looking at it wrong, but it looked like both his legs disappeared, and then he made them reappear again. I don't know. it was wild. Like it was like a video that he was doing, and he was dancing. It's just wild. But
You like Chris Brown a lot, don't you?
the dancing piece of it,
The dance piece of
dude
it.
is.
Okay.
Now,
Dude,
I went
real.
to Usher's residency in
Yeah.
Vegas. I experienced that, and that is off the chain.
Yeah.
That's dope.
What, the Chris Brown? Oh, the Usher part.
Usher in
Oh,
Vegas.
when his show was a Vegas
now
show.
That's worth every dollar.
Everybody say that is
Yeah,
one of
everybody
the
says
best
that.
shows that you can see when you go to Vegas now. So
Yeah,
I
you
still
won't
haven't been
miss.
yet, but
You won't miss with that.
let me ask. Well, and staying along the line of artists or whatever. So I ask whenever we do have artists here. So I'm gonna give you 3. I'll give you 5. Give me your top 5 collaborations, dead or alive. If you could collaborate with an artist, hip hop, country, I don't care. That's up to you. But give me your 5 top collaborations that you would want on the next project that you put out.
Top 5 dead or alive. It would definitely be Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Sorry to say it, but R. Kelly would be there.
Okay.
Usher. And Music Soul Child.
Okay. That's a
Yeah,
new
that's
one.
interesting.
Joe.
Joe.
Okay. Joe.
And if I can get a 6th
Go on,
person,
Go on,
just
slide 6.
an honorable mention, it would definitely be Beyonce.
Okay.
Just for
Wow.
I would collab with a female, it would be Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she's from the hometown anyway.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna start with that. For the
I'm
whole time.
about to say,
And
I'm surprised she's so far down
you see,
the list.
You see how your
You know?
homeboy did you. You see how your homeboy did you. I'm just saying. You see how your homeboy did you now. Yeah, your honorable mention now. But I ask that question normally because it really is. It's a telltale sign of who an artist is. It's not necessarily about whether you want the top artist or it's just the artist like with Joe.
Right.
I like Joe. Joe's a great artist.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think he gets his due. So it's good to allow people to do this. And the other piece is, if this goes out into, it goes out to the world. But if somebody hears that and they say, Yeah, I heard. He said he wouldn't mind collaborating with.
Man, that
And it
was-
happens.
I wouldn't mind that, man.
yeah. So it's out there. It's on record. It's on tape.
You
You
see,
know.
Joe, if you out there, if you listening, man, what's up?
Yeah. So
Joe music, I mean, those are like my top 5. You know what I'm saying? But R&B definitely, like when I was growing up listening to what the inspiration, the R&B artists, there was definitely Music Soul Child, Joe and Jodeci, and you know, Boys to Men, you know, stuff along those lines. But those were some of the main artists that, you know, I learned from. You know, even Avant as well too. So
he didn't get his just due.
so I didn't get I didn't really, you know, get into the most popular artists who was banging. Once I found these two, once I found those 2 or 3 different ones, I got my niche, and I kind of like stayed right there. You know what I'm saying? And learned how to critique with them the performance on how they carried themselves as well as outside of music, and just, you know, vocally, you know, learning how to hit different notes as how they was hitting them as well. So I was just learning all kind of stuff, man.
How do you feel about the international field of music? Are you listening to anything that's outside of the U.S.?
I dibble and dabble a little bit,
Yeah.
not too much, but I know it's very supportive, you know, of American music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the UKs and the Asia, like K-pop and stuff like that. They're
Right.
very supportive when it comes to supporting artists. You know, so I've listened to different artists, you know, here and there. I don't know their names per se,
Right.
just by heart, but I listened to them. I've heard some of their music. I heard some of their songs, and plus my daughter, she's like crazy with K-pop here and there.
How
and
old
stuff
is
like
your
that.
daughter?
She's 13 now.
Yeah, she's right there in that genre.
Them teens.
She's in that age, man. You
Yeah.
know, but she was into it like 11, 12. You
Right.
know, so.
Well, my daughter, she's 11, and her friends and all of them, they're into all of that.
So okay, so
I
my daughter's
understand.
not the
I know.
only one. Okay,
No,
I
she's
thought
not.
it was something strange going on with her. Like, why you not listening to Monica or Brandy? or
No,
something?
that industry is a mega industry, and
yeah,
I don't
man.
think people sometimes, and we've had discussions before, I don't think people realize how mega that it. I mean,
The
worldwide.
money is impactful over there, man.
Yeah, it's very
supportive.
impactful.
It's crazy over there, and I wouldn't mind getting my hands on it. You know, so you know, I just had an interview with a UK radio station out there not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to work my way towards that way as well. You know,
Right.
from the R&B side. So
Yeah, it's
hopefully
a
get
big
over
world,
there.
man.
Yeah, man.
It's a really big
and
world.
if I ain't mistaken, it's a totally different world. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I want to get
Exactly.
those vibes. So plus I see, you know, different people biopics from, you know, from Ray or from just other people when they travel internationally, from Cadillac Records, you know, when they from here and then they go over there and they experience something else and they see people embrace them with the love, you know, just as soon as they get on stage or off stage, you know, how they embrace them. Like, man, I wouldn't mind having that as well too.
Right.
But I still want to work from home first,
Yeah.
get that love first, and know, and then go over there and represent as well.
Right.
So who is the artist versus the father now? Like, so you got
Oh,
a 13-year-old. So having a 13-year-old, the artist that you might have been when you started, and like you get on stage and you do you and you write certain songs, has fatherhood changed your perspective on being an artist?
It has a little bit. I think I even took artistry more serious. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter knows how to sing as well.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, she has a few videos online and stuff like that. So I was invested into, you know, doing music for her. So I want to say it's like a turn off, turn on switch. You know, once I get off stage or when I get home, I'm in father mode then. You know what I'm saying? So when she's around, I'm in father mode. There's no cursing on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to R&B stations or a gospel station or something like that. So, you know, I got to watch what she's listening to, you know what I'm saying? I got to check her phone, stuff like that. You know, I just want to be there. So even, you know, she plays volleyball too, so I'm there for every game. You know, practices, I'm dropping her off. So I'm in father mode as well, and encourage her, you know, for the grades to stay up and stuff like that as well. So, but she understands, you know, that I travel and I perform and I do music and stuff like that. So she understands when I go to the studio and when I'm coming home and I'm leaving late or something like that and going to the studio and I have to FaceTime or something like that and I'm coming right back home. So she understands. Sometimes she want to go with me, you know what I'm saying, to stuff, but I'm like, no, you can't, you know, not this time. So, but yeah, she totally understands. I'm glad that she gets it. And so, you know, I'm just training her. I'm hoping that she, you know, their brain it's like sponges.
Absolutely.
So they're soaking in everything. So I just have to watch my steps, and I want her to see the steps that I'm taking and what I'm doing, you know, and hopefully that inspires her for to work hard at what she does to get to where she want to go as well.
Being from Houston and all of that, and Beyonce country and everything, and speaking of your daughter and the vibe, what is there like? Blue Ivy's been performing with Beyonce on concert. Are you catching like any indications that this is going to be something else? Or are they talking about that more so, or is it just like, okay, she's performing, but that's about it?
Yeah, I think that's about it. It's just that she's performing, and that's about it.
Okay.
But I do think the young ladies that are looking at Blue Ivy, I think that's very inspirational for them too. Though.
I think so too.
Yeah. So
Right.
I'm glad you asked that because I haven't asked my daughter that, and I think she keeps up with Blue Ivy. So I think that could be an inspiration to her to see that. That she can get on stage and dance, with her parents or in
Right.
front of millions of people, in front of her with cameras going on, with lights flashing and smoke and everything, the whole thing. So I think that's very inspirational that she probably is looking into that. So I hope my eyes like that can help her because, at the end of the day, I am human, so I'm not perfect. So I can't, teach her everything. I can't show her everything. So the thing that she see all set on the side from me, I hope that inspires her and it helps her to learn well. That's exactly what I think Daddy is trying to show me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would hope so because like she can dance as well. She's definitely loose. She's I won't say loose in a bad way, but she's a 13-year-old man.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
sometimes they get green.
They got that energy,
They
man.
got that energy. They
yeah.
green.
Look.
They only think about themselves at the time. So
My daughter and their friends, and it's hard to hide this stuff from them and everything. The ice spices and
It's
all of that
tough,
type of
man.
stuff. It's tough, but it's out there.
Yeah.
They in the deli, and all of that type of stuff.
man, when I'll never forget, I'm a fan of Cardi B.
Right. The
and,
Cardi
and,
B
and Megan Thee Stallion.
They love
Megan is from Houston as well, and I never forget they dropped WAP the WAP song.
Yeah.
The first, it was like morning time. I was driving, and I had first heard it, and I heard the edited version, but I knew in the back of my mind I was like, how am I gonna keep this away?
Right.
How am I gonna keep it away from her? You know what I'm saying? I know I can't,
Right.
cause it's too loose out there in the world. You know what I mean? When everything is in the palm of your hand on these phones,
Yeah.
man. So even your friends, the ones that's at school, they got it.
Somebody has it.
Somebody has it. You know what I mean? You can just walk past the hallways and start saying it. It's like, what are y'all saying? And it's just start connecting. And I'm nowhere to protect her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
Of Style Show.